I hope you are hale and healthy for sake of God, isn't it? Good. Today we are going to learn a very interesting lesson, fifth unit, fifth lesson, the chat, which is written by K. Rajanarayanan. Last year's syllabus, it has given the status of Tamil classical language. It has omitted by our government. Our government introduced a new syllabus, new lesson, the chat. Before we could enter the lesson, the chat, I would like to share with you a small story. A 24 years old boy and his father travelled by train. The boy shouted and told his father to look the trees were going behind. Dad smiled and answered him very politely. The young couple and the passengers were sitting nearby looked at the 12 years old boy, childish behavior with pity. Suddenly, he again exclaimed, who's that boy? Exclaimed his father to look the clouds were running with them. The passenger was very much shocked, and one of the passengers asked his father why he did not take his son to a good doctor. The old man smiled and told them that he had done. They taken to his son to a hospital. Just now they came from hospital because his son was blind from birth. Everybody shocked. They kept quiet. Do you understand the story? I hope you understood the story. Every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge the people before you truly know them. Is it clear? Okay. Let's see the glossary of this lesson as well as characters of this lesson. Okay?
Glossary of this lesson. Aped, mimicked, deceased, dead, dotted on, admired, fad, trend, gait, pace, interrupted, understood, peeped, glanced, peer, raised platform at the entrance of the house, pierced, punctured, scratch, itch, stares, looks, stingiest, most miserly, stroked, touched, tuft, a bunch of hair. Lesson, the chair author is K. Rajanarayanan, born 1922, Idaiseval, Tamil Nadu, India. Now he is in Puducherry. Pen name Kira. Nationality Indian. Period 1958 present. Genre short story novel. Subject folklore, rural life. Notable works Gobala Gramam, Gobalapurathu Makkal, Nattupurai Kadai, Kalanjiyam. Notable awards 1991 Sahitya Academic Award, Spouse Gnanavadi Amma. Of this lesson, narrator, next one Bedana, narrator's brother, Mamanar, narrator's uncle. Three important characters.
A very interesting lesson, the chap, which is written by K. Rajanarayanan. I would like to share with you our prescribed lesson, the chap, picture by picture. Listen carefully. A village where nobody knew about a chap. In the narrator house, they had a three-legged stool. One day, a subject visited the narrator's house as there was no chair in the house. Only three-legged stool was brought for him to sit.
The visitor, who was a subject, placed one hand on the edge of the three-legged stool and tried to sit on it. He did not place his body exactly above the legs of the stool. He was a little stout person and did not balance his weight on the stool. It toppled over. Toppled over means fall over. He fell down with a thud, heavy sound, and rolled over. Stout meaning is fat, topple over, fall over, that heavy sound.
While the subject tried to sit on it, he fell down and rolled on the floor. Everybody at home laughed. So it's not true, isn't it? Even though it's nowadays also, anybody is fell down, he had take a selfie. And those days, we have anybody is fell down, they have laughed at them. Is it clear? So everybody at home laughed. After that incident, the family discussed to make the chair. At the time of discussion, the narrator's uncle came to the house. Whose house? Our narrator's house. He was also willing to have a chair. Because in the village there was no chair. Then 2 identical chairs were ordered. When the chairs arrived, one was sent to his uncle's house. Another was the narrator's house itself, they kept it. Is it clear? The children were eager to sit on the chair. It's the first time they had been seen the chair. So that is why very eager to sit on the chair. The news of the arrival of the chair spread around the village. Village people rushed and came in a large group to see the chair. One night, someone came and knocked the narrator's house, told them they needed the chair.
Who was sleeping in the inner pier. Pier means raised platform at the entrance of the house. When he opened the door, he saw the villagers. Villagers said that an important person had just died in the village, that they needed the chair.
Why should they need the chair, do you know? Because the villagers had the customs to keep the dead body in a sitting position during the funerals and rituals. Till then, they used to sit the dead body on the floor. Is it clear? A grinding stone, they use it in a grinding stone, was laid on the floor and the dead body would be placed as if reclining on the blaster, kept on the grinding stone. Now, they found it easy to keep the dead body on the chair. After that, the children were scared even to look at the chair. After the chair is kept in a dead body, after they come back to the chair in the narrator's house, the children were very much scared. Because they thought that is still that devil, the ghost was in the chair. Because dead body was kept in the chair, So that is why they were very much scared. Whenever there was a death in the village, the people used to take the chair for keeping the dead body in the seated position. His uncle, narrator's uncle, maintained his chair in a splendid way. No one come and asked him to get the chair for dead body and because he was very stingiest person. Narrator's uncle. One night, someone came to the narrator's house and asked to spare the chair for the funeral. Now they are very much anger, and the anger they never to show in front of them. They said, the narrator's brother, Betana, my name is Betana, told them that the chair was in his uncle's house. They said in a lie. He asked them to go there. Who asked them to go there? Narrator and his brother asked the people to go where? Uncle's house and get the chair. They assumed that, who are there? Narrator and his brother assumed that his uncle would not give his chair to anybody else. They thought like this. But they considered to be the stingiest person in the village. But what had happened? After many days, the narrator and his brother went to his uncle's house. They saw his uncle was sitting on the floor. They very much surprised. The narrator asked him about the chair because his uncle always used to sit on the chair. He never give his chair to his wife also. So now he was on the floor. So that is why narrator and his brother asked him what would happen in the chair. His uncle told him that he donated the chair to whom? The village people, forever to the villagers, for the purpose of keeping the dead body. Everybody is in a shocked. Who are not shocked? Narrator and his brother shocked. Now they have came to know uncle's humanity.
Mamanar felt that the villagers needed a chair for the funeral rituals. In order to solve the problem permanently, Mamanar handed over the chair on the humanitarian ground to the villagers to retain it. Retain means keep it. Is it clear? Hurried home to convey that news to Bedana. But gradually his steps slowed to an ordinary gait. Gait means walk. Do you understand this lesson? Now narrator realized his uncle's humanity. Is it clear? The characters of this lesson is as well as its important questions also. Listen carefully. Character of Mamanar. Mamanar's love and affection with the author's family were revealed on several occasions. Whenever he visited his sister's house, he would be teased by his sister's children. He would not get angry. He would sit like a stone pillar, as if to say that they were his relatives. Whenever he visited their house, his sister's house, he himself had chosen a spot to sit. The particular place only he used to sit. When they talked about the chair, he suggested that the chair was made up of neem tree. In his house, except him, no one could use the chair. When the villagers came and asked for the chair, he handed over the chair on the humanitarian ground to the villagers to retain it. Retain means keep it. This shows Mamanar's humanity. Is it clear? Important characters: Bedana, narrator's brother. Bedana was portrayed as a waggish boy. Waggish means playful boy in the story. When his uncle came to his house, he ran inside and brought a stool for him. When his uncle loosened his tuft means branch of hair, then tied it back tightly and inspected the floor around him, Bedana teased him that he did not see any money fell from his uncle's head. It divulged means revealed that he was a waggish boy, playful boy. He suggested buying a chair from the town and he told them that they could make the chair out of Puvarasu wood. He divulged his knowledge. When a local elder sat on the chair, Bedana remarked that the old man was rehearsing on the chariot. It divulged his humor. In order to avoid giving the chair for the funeral, he told the villagers a lie that the chair was in his uncle's house. He further instructed them to go and ask for the chair from his uncle. It revealed his annoyance. Annoyance means irritation. Waggish, playful, tuft, a bunch of hair, divulged, revealed, annoyance, irritation. The meaning of tuft? Look at this picture. The boy put a backside, that one is called backside hair, that is called tuft. A branch of hair tied properly. That is called tuft. Is it clear? From this lesson we have learned being human is given, but keeping our humanity is a choice. Understood? Give happiness to others, then you will receive happiness, and if you give pain to others, then you will receive pain. That is considered as humanity. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Today home assignment 8 short answers. Question A, B answers. Question A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I have given 8 questions with answer, 2 paragraph questions. Narrate the humorous incidents that happen in the author's home before and after the arrival of the chair. And the next question, write the character sketches of Mamanar and Pedana. So all the answer learn thoroughly and write a homework and send it to your respective teachers. Thank you children. God bless you. Have a nice day.